What if the most important question you'll ever answer isn't who you'll marry, what career you'll choose, or where you'll live, but whether Christianity is actually true? Think about it. Take a moment to really think about it. For over 2,000 years, billions of people have believed that a Jewish carpenter from a small corner of the Roman Empire was more than just a teacher. They believed he was God in human form. They believed he died for humanity's sins. And they believed he rose from the dead. But why? Why does this specific question resonate so deeply with so many? Why would intelligent people, scientists, philosophers, historians, scholars, and ordinary people from every culture believe something so extraordinary? Is Christianity simply a comforting story? A cultural tradition? Or is it something more? Or is there something deeper that makes it worth believing? Let's take a look. Today, we're exploring one of the biggest questions anyone can ask. Why believe in Christianity? Welcome to Sacred Questions. We are honored to have you here. This channel exists to explore difficult questions about God, faith, doubt, and meaning with honesty and respect. Whether you're a committed Christian, a skeptic, someone from another faith, or simply curious, this video isn't about forcing conclusions. It's about examining the reasons people give for believing Christianity is true. Let's begin with something important. Christianity doesn't ask people to believe simply because they were told to. It invites an honest investigation. At its core, Christianity makes claims about reality, claims that are either true, false, or somewhere in between. And that's why the question matters. Perspective 1. The human search for meaning. One reason many people are drawn to Christianity is because it seems to answer some of humanity's deepest questions. Questions like, why are we here? What is the purpose of life? Why do we experience both incredible beauty and terrible suffering? Why do humans seem to possess an awareness of right and wrong? Across cultures and throughout history, people have searched for answers. Christianity offers a specific explanation. According to the Bible, human beings are not accidents. We were intentionally created by God. Our longing for meaning, purpose, love, justice, and eternity is not an illusion. It points toward the one who created us. Why would intelligent people, scientists, philosophers, historians, scholars, and ordinary people from every culture believe something so extraordinary? Just because a belief provides meaning doesn't automatically prove it. We need to go deeper. But Christians argue that Christianity isn't merely emotionally satisfying. They believe it corresponds to reality itself. At the center of Christianity is not a philosophy, not a set of moral rules, not even a religious institution. At the center is a person, Jesus of Nazareth. Even many non-Christian historians agree that Jesus existed. The real question is who he was. The New Testament presents him as more than a teacher, more than a prophet, more than a revolutionary. It presents him as God entering human history. That's an astonishing claim, and it forces a difficult question. If Jesus really said the things attributed to him, then who was he? Some people view him as a wise moral teacher. Others see him as a mistaken religious leader. Christians believe he was exactly who he claimed to be. One reason believers find Jesus compelling is that his teachings continue to challenge and inspire people centuries later. Love your enemies. Forgive those who hurt you. Bless those who persecute you. Care for the poor. Value every human life. Many of these teachings were radically countercultural then, and still are today. But Christianity ultimately stands or falls not on Jesus' teachings alone. It stands or falls on one event, the resurrection. For many Christians, the strongest reason to believe is the claim that Jesus rose from the dead. The Apostle Paul wrote something remarkable. He essentially said that if Christ was not raised, the Christian faith is meaningless. In other words, Christianity is not built merely on ideas, it's built on a historical claim. Now, skeptics raise important objections. Dead people don't normally come back to life. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and that's true. Supporters of Christianity point to several facts they believe deserve consideration. First, Jesus was publicly executed. Second, His followers genuinely believed they saw him alive afterward. Third, the Christian movement grew rapidly despite persecution. And fourth, the empty tomb became a central part of the earliest Christian message. Do these facts prove the resurrection? Not necessarily. Different historians reach different conclusions, but many believers argue that the resurrection remains the most convincing explanation for why Christianity emerged the way it did. For them, faith is not belief without evidence. It's trust based on what they see as good reasons. Another reason people believe in Christianity comes from morality. Most of us instinctively believe some things are truly wrong. Not just unpopular, not just inconvenient, actually wrong. Murder, torture, abuse, genocide. Likewise, we believe some things are genuinely good. Love, compassion, justice, sacrifice. But where do these moral truths come from? Some argue morality developed through evolution and social cooperation. Others argue objective morality points beyond humanity itself. Christian thinkers suggest that if objective moral values exist, they make the most sense if they originate from a moral God. In this view, our sense of right and wrong reflects the character of our Creator. Of course, this argument remains heavily debated, but for many people, it serves as another piece of the puzzle. Now let's talk about the doubts, because any honest discussion of Christianity must acknowledge them. Many people struggle with suffering. If God is loving, why is there so much pain? Why do innocent people suffer? Why do tragedies happen? These are not easy questions, and Christianity doesn't offer simplistic answers. Instead, it presents a God who enters suffering himself through Jesus. A God who experiences betrayal, injustice, pain, and death. For some people, that doesn't solve the problem. For others, it changes the question entirely. Another common doubt involves hypocrisy. History contains examples of Christians behaving in ways that contradict Jesus' teachings. And that's true. But Christians often respond that the failures of followers do not necessarily invalidate the founder. The existence of counterfeit money doesn't prove real money doesn't exist. Similarly, they argue that bad representations of Christianity don't automatically disprove Christianity itself. These questions deserve thoughtful consideration, not dismissal. Perhaps the deepest reason many people believe in Christianity isn't intellectual alone. It's personal. Across centuries and cultures, countless individuals have reported experiences that transformed their lives. People struggling with addiction, people consumed by guilt, people facing grief, people searching for hope. Many describe encountering something or someone they believe changed them from the inside out. Now, personal experience by itself doesn't prove Christianity is true. But experiences do matter. They shape how people understand reality. And for many believers, Christianity is not merely a set of arguments. It's a relationship with the God they believe revealed himself through Jesus Christ. The question then becomes deeply personal. Not simply, can Christianity be believed? But what if it's true? What if the universe is not indifferent? What if your life has purpose? What if forgiveness is real? What if God is not distant? What if he has been seeking you all along? Whether you answer yes, no, or I'm not sure, these questions deserve serious thought, because few questions have greater consequences. So, why believe in Christianity? Some point to meaning, some point to Jesus, some point to the resurrection, some point to morality, some point to personal experience. Others remain unconvinced, and that's part of the journey. The goal isn't blind belief. The goal is an honest search for truth. Now, we'd love to hear from you. What do you think is the strongest reason to believe, or not believe, in Christianity? Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments below. If you enjoyed this exploration, subscribe to Sacred Questions and join us as we tackle some of life's most profound and challenging spiritual questions. And remember, questions are not the enemy of faith. Sometimes they're the beginning of it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.